Welcome back to another episode of the Don't Wait for Your Wake Up Call podcast. Today, I'm going to be diving into 6 essential steps to improving your health and longevity. And before you panic and go, "What? 6 steps?" I just want you to know that you can start to implement these one at a time as it works for you. And as we get to the end of the podcast, I'll be breaking it down so that it's super simple for you to pick the first step that you can start taking action on today. However, before we dive into that, I want to just share a beautiful testimonial that I received from a client recently. Melissa is amazing to work with. She has helped me find so many answers to health concerns over the last few years that doctors were not able to answer for me. Since I've worked with Melissa, I've felt more energetic. My body feels like it should, and I don't have nearly the issues that I had before. I highly recommend Melissa, and that is from Amber Trail in Warfordsburg, Pennsylvania. So thank you very much, Amber, for sending that in. I have truly enjoyed working with you too, and I'm so happy for the results you have received as a result of focusing and investing in your health. So, diving into today's topic, I really wanted to highlight that it doesn't have to be hard to focus on your health. And sometimes we think, oh, it's too hard. I'm just not going to do that. It's one more thing that I have to do. However, when you want to live a healthier and longer life, if that is your goal, it is certainly mine. It is crucial to focus on the foundational practices that support overall well-being. And so, as I said, I've broken this down into 6 essential steps that everyone can take to improve their health and longevity. And I promise you, you don't have to start with all 6 at once. I am just going to go through all 6 of them today, and then you can pick the one that you feel you can manage in your busy life now and master that, and then add another. So, the first one is simply stay hydrated. Hydration is vital for maintaining bodily functions. Water aids in digestion, nutrient absorption, circulation, temperature regulation. It also helps to detoxify the body by flushing out our waste products. You want to aim to be drinking at least 50% of your body weight in water daily. And if you're more physically active or you live in a hot climate, then you're going to need more than that. So, what does that mean? If you weigh 150 pounds, 50% of your body weight is 75 pounds. So, you need to be drinking 75 ounces of water daily. Get yourself a water bottle that has markers on it with the times of the day so that you can keep track of how much you are drinking to stay on track. And you can increase gradually each day over time because most people are not yet drinking 50% of their body weight in water. And if you are doing a detox, then you need to actually be drinking 2/3 of your body weight in water. So, again, that 150-pound person would then be drinking 100 ounces of water per day. Because, as I mentioned earlier, detoxing and hydration helps flush out those toxins in the detoxing process. Now, it's also important to note here that not all drinks are hydrating. In fact, most drinks are not considered hydrating. And so you need to ensure that you are tracking your hydration from your water, your protein shakes, and your herbal teas, as these are your best sources. Your coffee, your energy drinks, your alcoholic beverages do not count, I'm sorry to say. And also, a very quick tip is that room temperature or warmer beverages actually allow your body to be better able to absorb that water or hydration that you are consuming. So, ice cold makes it much harder for your body to actually absorb. The second essential step to longevity and vitality, and these are not actually in any particular order. So just because I've listed them in numbers 1 to 6, you pick what works for you. So eat a balanced diet. A balanced diet is key to fueling your body with the nutrients it needs to function optimally. You want to be incorporating a variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats into your meals. And you want to be avoiding processed foods, excessive sugar, and unhealthy fats. 50% of your plate should be vegetables at lunch and dinner, with a small portion of protein and whole grains, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of a good quality healthy fat like avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oils. And ideally, you want to be eating 7 to 9 cups of fruit and veggies every day, which breaks down to 2 to 3 cups at each meal. In the morning, it can come from berries in a smoothie. That's what I love to do and how I love to start my day. You can also include a greens powder in there, and you can see the remnants of my shake that I had this morning, and it's quite green because of my greens powder, so that I know that I am getting all the nutrients that my body needs in order to thrive as I start my day. If you need help with this, please reach out so that I can get you set up for success. The problem is that in today's world, we have the food industry and the advertising industry pushing the processed food industry. And the processed foods are only giving you 17 of the 90 nutrients that are needed for our bodies to thrive. And we can't thrive if we aren't getting all the nutrients that our body needs. Eating nutrient-dense foods helps maintain energy levels throughout the day. It reduces blood sugar spikes, it supports your immune function, and it is reducing the risk of chronic disease, which I will come and talk to more about later. Also, eating every 3.5 to 4 hours throughout the day helps to support blood sugars and digestion, as it means that one meal is fully digested before you put the next meal in. And this allows for your digestive system to also do some cleanup before the next meal is eaten. And this is important as it's helping the body to naturally move out waste products and toxins. And intermittent fasting is key because it gives our body time to rest and get out of digestion mode. And if we're intermittent fasting overnight, we're getting into detoxification mode. However, some people intermittent fast for too long, and the body likes to be in balance. More of a good thing isn't necessarily better. Ideally, for women in particular, we want to intermittent fast between 12 to 14 hours per day and no longer than that. Because what happens is after intermittent fasting overnight for 12 to 14 hours, we are getting up and starting our day, and we are needing mental energy, we are needing physical energy to start our day. And if we're not fueling ourselves, our brain starts to think that we're starving and goes into survival mode. And if we do that every single day, we are constantly in that fight or flight, stress, survival state. And that can start to cause imbalances in our hormones because the body needs more cortisol in that stress state. It produces less progesterone, and that causes hormone imbalance of our sex hormones, which can impact our thyroid. It can impact our insulin markers. And so it's really important that we intermittent fast, however, not for too long. Whenever it comes to our body, more of a good thing isn't necessarily better. And again, if you're not sure, then reach out to someone who can guide you, who's been trained in the science and the understanding of how the interconnectedness of the body requires balance. So the third essential to look at in terms of your ability to thrive is regular physical activity. Exercise is crucial for maintaining a healthy body and mind. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days of the week. Now, this can include activities like walking, cycling, swimming, or yoga. Regular physical activity strengthens your cardiovascular system, it improves muscle tone, it enhances flexibility, and it boosts mental health by reducing stress and anxiety. If you aren't doing any exercise, just get started with walking. And when you get walking to up to 7,500 to 10,000 steps per day, then you'll be ready to add in your 30 minutes of cardio 3 times a week. And once you've mastered that, you can add in 30 minutes of strength training 3 times a week. And always remembering to stretch every day, whether that's an actual stretch class or doing some yoga. As we use our muscles, they shorten, and we need to be stretching them back out again so that we have continued good mobility throughout life. And with our muscles, it is very much a case of use it or lose it. And so a little bit of movement every single day will help you retain that good mobility into your later years of life, and it will also help support your balance. Number 4 is prioritizing your sleep. Quality sleep is essential for overall health. And too often I hear people say that sleep is overrated or I'll sleep when I'm dead. And very often, because of societal pressures, we just squeeze our sleep time down because there's always one more thing we have to do before we get to bed. And we never get to bed on time and we're not getting enough sleep. However, during sleep, your body is repairing tissues, it's recharging your mitochondria, which are your energy powerhouses. It's consolidating your memories and detoxifying your brain and body. You want to aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night and establish a regular sleep routine, create a restful environment, and avoid screens before bedtime to improve quality sleep. Good sleep habits enhance cognitive function, mood, and overall physical health. Now, you can go back and listen to my podcast number 5 and number 7 from back in 2021 when I very first started this podcast, because I was talking about sleep, and I dove deep on how to create a bedtime routine, the importance of setting up your room for sleep, as well as how blue light blocks the production of melatonin. You can also check out podcast number 156 from earlier 2024 with Rudy Nassif to learn about good quality blue light blocking glasses, as well as podcast number 160 and number 161 with Jim Poole earlier in 2024 to learn about new technology from Newcom that helps support your getting a deeper, more restorative sleep. The world is so stressed out. We are constantly in our fight or flight system, which is the opposite of our rest and digest system, which means our cortisol levels are often out of whack, and this can impact our hormones, digestive system, immune system, and more. In order to restore balance to these systems, we must first address our sleep and get you sleeping well, as that will help the restoration of all the other systems. And I see this over and over again in lab tests that I run for clients, is the cortisol is out of whack. It's not aligned with a typical circadian rhythm. People's cortisol levels are lowest in the morning and highest in the evening, which is the opposite of what we want. And so we need to restore that balance in order to then be able to restore the balance in all the other systems of our body. So this leads me to point number 5, which is managing stress. And chronic stress can negatively impact your health, contributing to issues like high blood pressure, heart disease, and mental health disorders. In fact, 90% of all doctor's visits are due to stress, and 60% of all dis-ease of the body is triggered by stress. And I've, in fact, had doctors tell me that they think it's far higher than that. So this goes hand in hand with what I shared above in regards to sleep, as high stress results in poor sleep and vice versa. So the better quality sleep we can get, the more stress resilient we become. So if you can incorporate stress reducing practices into your daily routine, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises or yoga or your stretch class after cardio or spending time in nature, all of these will help support your adrenal system and lower the stress on your body. Mindfulness and relaxation techniques can help calm the nervous system and improve overall well-being. And we can't control all the stresses in our life. We're always going to have work stresses. We're always going to have stresses with just getting the kids out the door in the morning and to school, etc., etc. So instead of trying to control those things that are harder to control, choose to control what you can, which is implementing these mindfulness and relaxation techniques. And again, as I mentioned earlier, episode number 160 and 161, I introduced you to New Calm technology, and this is very helpful in recalibrating your nervous system while you sleep. And then with just one rescue session for 20 to 30 minutes per day, you can literally rebalance your nervous system and help yourself then be able to get into deep restorative sleep every night and wake up feeling rejuvenated and energized. And the sixth essential for health and vitality is detoxing. Detoxification helps eliminate toxins from the body, which can accumulate due to environmental exposure, poor diet, and stresses. And since World War II, we've had over 140,000 man-made chemicals introduced, and they are getting into our body via our air, water, and onto our skin through our food. And when they get into our bodies, they trigger inflammation and a myriad of symptoms when your trash cans get full. Now, you can take my Discover Your Toxic Load quiz to learn how full your trash cans are. You can simply go to my website, yourguidedhealthjourney.com, and click Get Started, and that will take you to the quiz. And you will soon realize how your symptoms are connected to your toxic load. So we need to support your body's natural detox processes in order to empty those trash cans and lower your symptoms. By consuming plenty of water, eating fiber-rich foods, and including detoxifying herbs like cilantro and parsley in your diet, you can start to lower the toxic load on your body. However, you may also want to consider doing periodic detox programs or practices like intermittent fasting that I talked about already to give your digestive system a break and support liver function. You can learn more about my self-guided detox program from my website under trainings. It's actually right at the top there because it's a self-guided training that you can take with 5 lessons teaching you about how to set yourself up for success for a detox, nutrition, the right way to eat for your body, digestion, because you are what you absorb, not just what you eat, how not to retox after your detox, and sugar. It's in everything. What can you do about that? And all of this is so important because all chronic illness is triggered by 3 key factors: a high toxic load, low nutrient uptake, and high stress. So when we address these 3, we can significantly lower your risk for chronic illness. And given that 6 in 10 North Americans already have one chronic illness today, and 4 in 10 have more than one, it is critical that these lifestyle factors are addressed in order to help your body heal, which it can do when we create the environment for it to do so, or so that you never get a diagnosis in the first place. The science of epigenetics shows that only 5 to 10% of your health outcomes are out of your control, dictated by your genetic makeup. The other 90 to 95% of health outcomes are completely within your control, as they are dictated by your lifestyle. And when you choose to focus on a healthy lifestyle to keep your inflammation levels low, then the switch to turn on those genes for any dis-ease that you are predisposed to never has to get turned on. That is the key to being able to optimize your health and vitality for the long run. Another sad fact in our world today is that the average American is spending the last 10 years of their life in a nursing home at a cost of $108,000 per year. And by 2030, that is forecast to cost $141,000 per year, or $1.4 million for the last 10 years of your life. And once you go into that nursing home, you don't come out. That isn't quality of life. That isn't vitality. And yet it's reality for far too many people. Don't make that your reality. You can make different choices starting today, focusing on these 6 steps. It really is that simple. So let me show you how. So, implementing these 6 steps in your daily life, it can seem overwhelming if you're sitting here listening to this podcast. However, the key is to start small and gradually build up. So, here's how you can incorporate these practices easily. Literally, start with hydration. Carry a reusable water bottle and set reminders to drink water throughout the day. To improve your diet, simply add an extra serving of vegetables to your meals and experiment with new healthy homemade recipes. Increasing physical activity. Find an exercise routine that you enjoy and stick with it. Even a daily walk can make a big difference. Prioritize your sleep. Establish a consistent bedtime routine and create a sleep-friendly environment. Managing your stress. Dedicate a few minutes each day to mindfulness or relaxation exercise or simply deep breathing. And detox regularly. Integrate detox-friendly foods into your diet and explore detox programs that suit your lifestyle. By focusing on hydration, nutrition, physical activity, sleep, stress management, and detoxification, you can significantly improve your health and longevity. These foundational steps not only enhance your physical well-being, they also support mental and emotional health. Start implementing these practices today and experience the transformation benefits of a healthier lifestyle. And remember, small, consistent changes can lead to profound improvements in your overall health and quality of life. Pick one and start it today. Thank you for joining me here on the Don't Wait for Your Wake Up Call podcast. I love sharing this information and trying to break it down into small, simple steps for you. If you would like further support on your healing journey, please reach out to me at melissa@yourguidedhealthjourney.com. I'd love to have a conversation with you to talk about your health goals and see how I may be able to help you. And thank you to my audience for tuning in each and every week and learning about the steps you can take on your health journey, learning from other guests that I have on the show as to what they have done on their healing journey so that you know you are never alone and that your body can always heal when you create the environment for it to be able to do so. And if you know there is someone that needs to hear what I shared on this podcast today, please share it with them.